You're about to board your next cruise, but before you do, there are cruise security mistakes that can ruin your trip before it even starts. After more than 30 sailings, I've seen how one small oversight at the terminal can cost you hours, or maybe even your boarding window. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to avoid them all. And stay with me, because the final tip is a little-known move that can save you hours before you even reach the ship. Because once you're standing at the scanner, it's too late to fix a thing. Where most cruise mistakes really begin. Now, most travelers think the cruise experience starts at the terminal. Luggage rolling behind, music playing in the background, boarding pass in hand. But here's the truth. Your real cruise experience starts days earlier. Every choice you make before boarding quietly decides whether your vacation begins smooth and easy or tangled in stress. These are the 5 biggest mistakes people make before they ever see the ship. And if you can avoid these, you'll glide through embarkation like a pro, calm, confident, and already halfway on vacation. Number 1, forgetting to check in early. This one sounds harmless, until it isn't. Cruise lines now use timed arrivals to keep terminals from overcrowding. Now, so that means your online check-in doesn't just confirm your booking, it actually assigns you a specific arrival window. Miss that window, and you don't just lose convenience, you lose priority in the boarding process. You could be standing outside, waiting in the sun, while other passengers are already eating lunch on deck. The fix is simple, but essential. Check in the moment it opens. Most cruise lines release check-in between 45 and 30 days before sailing. Use that time wisely. Open the app or website, upload your passport, confirm your contact info, and complete the health declaration. That last one, the quick digital form everyone rushes through, is often the reason people get flagged at the terminal. Think of early check-in as your golden ticket. It locks in your arrival slot, speeds up your document verification, and signals to the line that you're an organized traveler, which, surprisingly, can sometimes get you processed faster. Don't leave it for later. Those early windows feel fast, and missing them means a slower start, more waiting, and more stress before your vacation even begins. Number 2, skipping the cruise app. In 2025, skipping your cruise line's mobile app is like showing up to an airport without a boarding pass. It's not just a digital perk. It's now part of the boarding system. Every major cruise brand, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, Disney, uses its app for check-in, safety drills, and onboard planning. If you wait until you're standing in line to download it, you're setting yourself up for lag, weak port Wi-Fi, and a headache that could have been solved at home. Here's what to do instead. A week before sailing, download the app, log in with your booking number, and finish all pre-boarding tasks while you still have solid internet. Complete your check-in, upload your ID, take your security photo, and confirm your emergency drill acknowledgement. When you do this early, you walk into the terminal with a digital boarding pass ready to scan. The staff will wave you through. The travelers who skipped it, well, they're at the help desk trying to find a printout. And the benefits don't stop at boarding. Once you're on the ship, the same app becomes your lifeline. It tells you what's open, lets you reserve shows or check your account balance, and even message family on board. Skipping it means relying on paper schedules and hallway maps while everyone else is booking dinner with one tap. It's a small thing that signals a big difference. Tech-savvy travelers start their vacation sooner. Number 3, packing essentials in checked bags. This one catches even experienced cruisers. You hand your luggage to the porters, wave goodbye, and assume you'll see it in your cabin an hour later. But what if security spots something suspicious? Or what if the scanners are backed up? What if your suitcase ends up delayed until evening? That's when the panic hits, and it's usually because all your essentials are in that bag. Here's the rule I live by. If you can't sail without it, it belongs in your carry-on. That means passports, IDs, prescription medication, valuables, chargers, travel documents, and one change of clothes. Even your swimsuit, because there's nothing worse than watching everyone else dive into the pool while you're waiting for luggage. Cruise terminals work a lot like airports now. Bags go through scanners, get tagged, and are delivered later by crew. And while they're careful, delays happen. A simple backpacker tote with the right items can save your entire first day. Keep your boarding pass handy. your liquids under the limit, and your phone charger accessible. The less you hand off, the more control you keep. It's not about distrust, it's about timing. And the less you depend on that checked suitcase, the less that can go wrong before you ever step on board. Number 4, ignoring pre-booking for dining and activities. If you're one of those travelers who thinks, well, I'll just book it once I'm on the ship, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment. Cruise lines have quietly shifted to a pre-reservation model, especially for specialty dining and entertainment. The reason? Demand exploded. Dinner at the steakhouse, sunset at the rooftop sushi bar, prime seats for the production show. These fill up weeks before you board. The cruise app now opens reservations long before embarkation day, but most people ignore those notifications. Don't make that mistake. Open the app or your cruise portal as soon as you book. Choose your dining nights, your show times, your excursions, even if you plan to change them later. Because if you wait until you're on board, all that's left might be a late night table or a walking tour no one else wanted. Pre-booking isn't just about luxury, it's about rhythm. It gives your trip structure and ensures every day flows without friction. The best travelers don't wing it, they plan it. Then relax. If you like flexibility, keep 1 or 2 free nights open, but secure the experiences that matter most before you sail. It's one of the few cruise hacks that genuinely separates rookies from regulars. Number 5, packing restricted or gray area items. Now this is where most travelers get blindsided. Cruise lines update their prohibited list items every year, and 2025 brought several new bans that catch people off guard. Power strips? Gone. Bluetooth speakers? They're restricted. Surge protected adapters? Absolutely not. Even certain personal appliances like small blenders, heating pads, and steamers are now flagged at security checkpoints. Why? 2 words: fire risk. Cruise ships run on delicate, tightly monitored electrical systems. Even a small power surge from a cheap travel strip can trip circuits in your cabin. That's why cruise lines like Royal Caribbean and Carnival updated their lists, and they don't make exceptions. If security spots one in your bag, it's gone until disembarkation. And no, labeling it cruise safe doesn't help. Most of those products are no longer approved. Here's how to adapt smartly. Bring a USB-only charging hub. It's small, lightweight, and safe for every cabin type. Swap your portable speaker for noise-canceling headphones. The same peace of mind and none of the confiscation risk. And leave anything that heats, blends, or steams at home. The best case scenario, if you bring banned gear, it's taken and returned later. The worst case, you're pulled aside, your bag is unpacked, and your boarding slows while everyone else walks by. That's the part no traveler wants to experience, standing at the scanner with officers sorting through your belongings. A clean packing list doesn't just keep you compliant, it keeps your day smooth, because once you're flagged, it's out of your hands. Why these matter more than ever. All 5 of these pre-boarding mistakes have one thing in common: they take away control. And the one thing every experienced traveler learns is that control equals calm. When your check-in is early, your app is ready, your essentials are with you, your experiences are reserved, and your bag is security safe. You're not just organized, you're protected. You'll walk into the terminal relaxed while others scramble with missing documents, dead phones, or confiscated gear. That's not luck, that's preparation. Now that your home prep is handled, let's talk about what happens the moment your car or taxi rolls into the port, because that's where the second set of mistakes begin. If this is saving you some stress, tap like and subscribe. It helps more travelers find this. And this next part is where people lose the most time without even realizing it. When you arrive at the port, the second half of cruise day is where timing and awareness take over. Even if you did everything right at home, one slip at the terminal can still cost you precious hours or, in extreme cases, your boarding slot. Here's how to get through port day like a seasoned traveler. Steady, fast, and unbothered. Number 6, showing up at the wrong time. Every boarding pass now comes stamped with a specific arrival window. It isn't a suggestion. It's how cruise lines control crowd flow. If you show up early, Staff will ask you to wait outside. If you show up late, your spot might be given to another group. Think of it as a reservation for your vacation starting line. When you arrive within your time window, you move through check-in almost nonstop. Miss it, and you'll spend the next hour standing in long, snaking lines. Always double-check your boarding pass the night before. Set a reminder on your phone. Leave early enough to account for traffic, but time your arrival to land inside that window, not before it. Number 7. Ignoring the boarding procedures. Every cruise terminal has its own rhythm. Some check your passport first. Others scan your bags before documents. But no matter the port, the process always feels smoother if you know what's coming. Once you're dropped off, porters take your checked bags. Keep your carry-on with you. It holds your essentials and paperwork. Next, you'll enter the main security hall where you present your boarding pass and photo ID. Many ports now accept digital passes through your cruise app, so have your phone brightness turned up and the QR code ready. You'll then go through the scanner area. Jackets off, electronics visible, liquids separated. Follow every instruction quickly. Hesitation is what clogs the line. And finally, you'll step into the terminal's waiting zone before boarding starts. Now keep your phone handy. Staff call groups based on the same arrival windows you chose weeks ago. Knowing this flow ahead of time helps you walk confidently from step to step without fumbling through pockets or bags. It's easy to walk into a terminal and just follow the crowd, but not all lines are equal. Some are for suite guests, some for general boarding, others for passengers needing assistance. Picking the wrong one can add half an hour to your wait time. Look up as soon as you enter. Signs above each lane show which groups they are processing, and staff are usually happy to direct you. Just ask once instead of joining the wrong queue. Now, if you're traveling with family or friends who have different boarding groups, go with the later one. The system won't let you check in early using an earlier slot from someone else's reservation. In short, read, ask, and observe. The fastest path isn't always the one everyone's taking. Number 8. Bringing banned or questionable items. Cruise security now mirrors airport security in seriousness. Bags go through x-rays, and anything flagged is set aside for manual inspection. This is where travelers lose the most time, not because of bad intentions, but because of outdated habits. Every year, the restricted list grows. Power strips, surge protectors, personal irons, open beverages, and Bluetooth speakers all cause delays. Even harmless-looking items like drones or large batteries may be pulled. And don't assume you're exempt because you used it on a previous trip. Cruise policies change quietly, and enforcement is getting stricter. Before you leave home, check your cruise line's What Not to Pack page. It takes 2 minutes and can save you 2 hours of embarrassment at security. And remember, if security removes something from your bag, it's held until disembarkation. You won't see it again all week. Number 9. Losing track of your belongings. Security checkpoints are fast-moving zones filled with distractions. People pull out phones, remove belts, shuffle through documents, and that's how passports, wallets, and electronics vanish for a few nervous minutes. The fix is simple. Before your bins go on the conveyor, look down and count how many you have. Watch them roll onto the belt before you walk through the scanner. Now, once you're on the other side, claim them immediately and zip your bag before you move. Don't linger, don't chat, don't repack on the spot. Step aside, find a clear space, and get organized there. It's a small moment of control that prevents the single most common security stress point: realizing your laptop or passport is still sitting in a gray bin 6 people back. A calm traveler is a prepared traveler, and nothing feels calmer than knowing exactly where your things are at every step. Number 10. Choosing the slow lane. Here's a little-known truth most first-timers never notice. Not all scanner lanes move at the same speed. If you see 2 agents working side by side, that usually means one is in training, and that line will always move slower. Instead, glance at the belts before committing. The best lane is often the one run by a single, confident screener processing business travelers or small groups. They're faster, quieter, and less chaotic. That choice alone can save you up to 40 minutes during peak boarding. The big picture. Every mistake on port day comes down to one thing: underestimating how structured embarkation has become. Cruise lines perfected their systems to handle thousands of guests smoothly, but they rely on everyone arriving prepared. So how do you actually avoid all these mistakes and start your cruise calm instead of rushed? Well, it comes down to habits, the small things that separate seasoned travelers from everyone else. These aren't complicated or expensive. They're simple moves that save you time, protect your sanity, and turn boarding day into the easiest part of your trip. Smart habits for a smooth boarding. Travel light and compact. The less you carry, the smoother your morning goes. Keep everything small enough to fit under a chair or in your lap while waiting to board. Extra weight slows you down, clutters your hands, and adds stress when security asks you to unpack. A sleek carry-on and one personal item are all you need to feel mobile and in control. Keep your documents in one place. Now, digging through your pockets at the checkpoint is an amateur move. Use a flat travel wallet or zip pouch for your passport, boarding pass, and credit card. When everything is in one spot, every transition, from check-in counter to gangway, feels seamless. It's a small detail that signals confidence. Hydrate before security. You'll pass several stages before reaching the ship, and drink options are limited along the way. Finish a bottle of water before the checkpoint, then refill it once you're inside the terminal. You'll move faster and feel better while waiting for boarding to start. Charge before you leave the hotel. Digital passes, cruise apps, and photo uploads drain your phone fast. Power outlets are rare in waiting areas, and competition for them is constant. A full charge gives you independence. Your boarding pass stays ready, and you can focus on the experience, not the battery bar. Treat the crew with kindness. Port staff manage thousands of guests in a single morning. Being polite doesn't just feel good, it works. A simple smile or thank you earns genuine help when you need it. Boarding lines always move easier when respect flows both ways. Now, these habits aren't about perfection. They're about rhythm. Each small action adds a few quiet minutes back to your day. Minutes you get to spend on deck, not in line. Breaking the stress chain. Mistakes rarely happen alone. A late wake-up leads to rushing. Rushing causes missed paperwork. That leads to bag checks, which leads to delays, which leads to stress. It's a chain reaction you can stop with one decision. Slow down. Leave the hotel a little earlier. Pack the night before. Move through the terminal with purpose, not panic. When you give yourself breathing room, the whole day feels lighter. You'll see it in others too. The difference between travelers who flow through the process and those caught off guard. Calm is not luck. It's preparation. The quiet power of small choices. Ports differ, but one pattern never changes. Organized travelers always move faster. Early check-in, printed tags, light luggage, clear scans. They all build momentum. Each decision shapes how your day begins. You'll either be sipping coffee in the atrium by noon or still standing in fluorescent light waiting for your number. That's what these choices decide. And the reward isn't just time saved, it's peace of mind. When you start without friction, that calm stays with you for the entire voyage. You're not recovering from stress, you're already in vacation mode. The subtle trick that saves you time. When you finally reach the scanners, take 10 seconds to observe. If one lane has two officers side by side, pick another. That setup usually means training in progress, and those lanes move slower. Choose the lane with a single steady agent and passengers who look ready. Carry on only, documents out, no chaos. It's a micro decision that can save you half an hour and perfectly captures the mindset of smart travel. Paying attention before something becomes a problem. Boarding day should feel like the beginning of an adventure, not a test of patience. When you understand how to move through each step with purpose, you turn the chaos into a rhythm. Each trip gets easier, smoother, and more natural, like a dance you already know by heart. If this helped you feel more confident about your next cruise, hit like and subscribe for more ways to travel smarter, safer, and stress-free. And when you're ready for your next upgrade, watch the next video on your screen. Your voyage is just beginning.